Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today we're taking a look at a brand hailing from Sweden called Nordberg. This is the Skagerrak, and it's a very interesting design. It kind of reminds me a bit of the Milgauss crossed with, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't really look like a homage watch or anything like that. It just kind of reminds me of some other watches, which is pretty nice because it's not a homage watch at all in my honest opinion. Now this actual watch will be debuting on Kickstarter. I believe they're producing 125 units of black and 125 units in a white dial, which will be pretty cool to see how that goes off. I will drop a link to their Kickstarter campaign down in the comments section below, so you can check them out after this video. It will be live when I launch this video. Now, what is this watch all about? Well, first let's get into the packaging. It comes with a quite simple box. It opens and closes, comes on a nice pillow with their logo on the top. I think it's sufficient. It's not over the top, or it's not too bad. I think it's alright I think the box is alright for the price point of this watch. Now the actual measurements of this watch, well, it's crafted in a solid 316L stainless steel case. Obviously it's automatic, because you can see that nice yellow sweeping seconds hand with a pointer on there and sweeping around the dial right now. The watch itself is actually about 39 millimeters across, which is a very nice size for you guys with, 6 to 7 inch wrists, which should fit you very nicely. It does fit my wrist perfectly. My wrist is 6.5, swells to 6.75 in the summertime. 48 millimeters lug to lug. We have a 18 millimeter lug width here. And in terms of case thickness with my calipers, I got about 12 millimeters. As you can see, the case finishing on this one is highly polished on these sides here. As you can see, it's a very nice case actually. The polishing actually comes all the way up to the top portion of the lugs here, which is pretty cool. The case finishing is very good, I must say. So you have a signed pull and push crown here. We do get 100 meters of water resistance. The finishing is very good, smooth bezel here as well. We get a nice sapphire crystal with some good legibility and AR coating. The dial itself, I actually really like this dial. It's quite simple. But it gets the job done, and it looks very kind of traditional in my eyes. And getting in a little closer, we can see the print work on the dial. It does state 100 meters, automatic, water resistant, NH35N. That's a quite dead giveaway. Which movement is inside this one? It does print Nordberg, Skagerrak below the 12. Nice broad applied markers, as you can see here, going all around the dial. We have fully loomed hands, and the arrow point is loomed as well. But the actual marker plots are not loomed, but they're very nicely applied. You get a double at the 12 and a double at the 6. So inside of this watch is the NH35. Most of you guys are quite familiar with this movement. We can hand wind it, we get hacking, and we get a quick set date over at the 3 o'clock position. Also, something to mention, they are donating $12 to a charity, a Swedish charity, for every watch that is sold. The introductory price point on Kickstarter is around $350 US. 299 euros. Now to actually function this movement, you can see here this crown, I can pull out one position and I can quick set that date. I can pull out to the final position and the seconds hand will come to a halt, aka this is known as hacking. You can precisely set the time here with these nice long hands. And I think they did a very good job on the hands. They reach all the way out to the end of the dial, which I do appreciate, as well as that nice yellow sweeping seconds hand matches the Skagerrak at the 12 o'clock position. And that's pretty much it. You push the crown back down and you're all ready to go. Now getting to the bracelet. So we have a nice oyster style bracelet, nice solid end links here, and it does fold, so you're not going to have really a huge bulge there. The bracelet is pretty nice actually. It is very flexible, as you can see here. So there should be no issue with comfort on this one. Heading over here, as you can see, if I take off this plastic here, you get a nice signed Nordberg 2 button, little clasp here, opens up and closes, pretty firm. There's only going to be one letdown on a bracelet like this. Obviously the good part of it is there's not going to be any bulge on your wrist. When you have a thick clasp, there's a bulge on your wrist, making it seem a little bigger and a little more uncomfortable. Of course the downside, you're getting no micro adjustments on this bracelet. Pretty standard clasp here. It is not milled, but it is one of these stronger ones. Like you can't bend this. It's a pretty strong metal here. It is stamped, but it is very well done. The bracelet's held in with pins. A little bit of play here, not too bad, which is pretty normal from a watch. But yeah, pretty simple bracelet. Obviously, you're going to be able to fit a pretty big wrist in this bracelet, up to at least 8.5 inches. The actual finishing and cut of the bracelet, the links are rounded, which is very nice, and they're highly polished on the sides. So it's a very decent bracelet, actually. Now, taking a look at the case back, you can see it is screwed down, 10 ATMs, water resistant, limited edition. And you can see they did sign on the backside of the movement on the rotor, Nordberg, Sweden, solid end links as well. Pretty simple, nothing too crazy there. You can see the NH35, which some of you might like, some of you might not. But other than that, there's a little lume on this watch, and then we'll throw it on my wrist. I'll give you my final thoughts. As I was stating, there is some lume on this watch. You can see the hands are lumed. It's not the strongest lume I've ever seen in my life, but it definitely is visible. Maybe a little stronger lume would be an upgrade on this one. Now on my 6.5-inch wrist, the watch definitely fits very nicely and very comfortably. I must say the bracelet is quite comfortable as well there. As you can see, those end links on that bracelet match perfectly to the case, which I do appreciate. There's no wiggle up here on the top or anything like that. It's not going to pull hair or anything like that as well, which is very nice. Definitely a very comfortable watch, one that can be used every day, pretty much in any, any environment. At the beach, at the pool, you have 100 meters of water resistance. You can definitely wear this one with a suit as well. So furthermore, guys, I think it's a very nice looking watch. I like the color accents and the simplicity of the dial. I think the bracelet's very nice. I know some people are going to say, oh, I can't get micro adjustments on here. What if it doesn't fit me perfectly? Well, that's just going to have to be up to you if you want to buy one of these. But I think for me, it fits very nicely. I'm not going to have an issue there. Usually I've had bracelets like this before and I've had no issues. That's just my personal opinion. Like I said, always make the decision on yourself on which watch you want to buy. But like I said, this watch is live on Kickstarter. I think it's a pretty nice design. If you want something from Sweden with a kind of Swedish, simple design, I think, it's not a bad buy. Of course, there are a couple things I'd like to change. Maybe a little lume on here would be nice, of course. Other than that, the case is very nicely cut. We do get the NH35, which is a very trusted, reliable movement with a 40-hour power reserve, hand winding hacking. It's one that's not going to fail on you, and this one is running about +4 seconds a day, which is very, very good. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, as usual, of this new release from Nordberg. They did release one watch in the past, about 50 units, and those sold out within a week. So this one should do pretty good on Kickstarter. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.